What up, y'all? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. Man, yesterday, I felt like I had a good play, man. I did. I listened to all the interviews, I heard everybody talk, watched the way they play in these situations, and it did not translate. I saw a comment here, actually. Let me pull this comment up. Joe says he had the Celtics. Good job on that. He said, poor Ski though. Had the under on that one. Of course, the Celtics decided to make 11 threes in the first quarter. A lot of these threes are just wide open, man. It's just frustrating after they talk about we need to focus on defense. But 0-1 yesterday. See if we can do better here today. Vino, you do better than me yesterday?
I did. I got there with a 3-0 yesterday, Ski. All three team totals. Funny. In the YouTube comments section, somebody had written, "Welcome back, Vino," or something. I need my team totals. So we went to the team totals last night. We got the Philly team total over. They get to 153. Had the Houston Rockets team total over. That was the closest of all. The closest, they were 117. They got to 119 simply because Milwaukee was in the game late and fouled and let Houston get to the free throw line with like 6 seconds left. So that was 2-0. And then we closed it out with the Knicks team total against Memphis, 120.5. They got to 130. Some of these things, Ski, and I know I said it yesterday, shouldn't be afraid of these numbers. Just jump on the train and ride it. Indiana, Chicago, we talked about all the missing pieces. 271 points. Some of these games are just like wake up and mechanically play them anymore down the stretch. Some of these teams just so disinterested in stopping the opponent and really interested in scoring points. So we'll see if we can put something together again today.
Yeah, did any games go under yesterday? I mean, from, I don't know if
Good
any of them
question.
went under. But yeah, it's something to keep in mind for sure. Not a whole lot of defense being played right now. These last few games of the season. Something to take note of. All right. We have one, two, three, four, five, six games today, and only one double digit spread. So we might have something decent to talk about here today. Phoenix and Charlotte opened up -6. Looks like 5.5 now. Total went up from 221 as high as 225 and a half. For Phoenix, Mark Williams is questionable. Coffey's out. Highsmith is out. For Charlotte, PJ Hall's out. Looks like they're pretty healthy. The situationals here: third game in 4 nights for the Suns. Fourth and six as well. Fourth and six for the Hornets. Also, first game of a back to back. It says here they play the Pacers tomorrow. So you also have a Hornets team that lost to the Suns not that long ago, maybe a little less than a month ago, March 8th, 99 to 111. They lost to him twice. They lost to him on January 12th, 113 to 120. Or I'm sorry. No, no, no. That was last season. So they did lose to them the only time they played them this season. Um, Standings wise, I guess that's something I should look at here. And my bad, you guys, today. I'm a little, no, I'm capping on the show today because my priority today was, I don't know, I felt like since I got sick, my betting hasn't been that well. So all morning, I just woke up and was just doing stuff to take care of myself and make myself feel better. But standings wise, we do have the Suns at seventh. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get out of the play in, but you definitely don't want the Clippers. You don't want to go down anymore, is what I'm saying there. And they do have 6 games left. They're 3 games ahead of the Clippers, 3.5 ahead of the Blazers. For the Hornets are in that eighth spot. They can still make it out the play in. They're 2 games behind that sixth spot. So definitely doable. Should get a good effort from both. You know, I'm looking a little bit more towards the Sun side, unless you can talk me off here, Rob. What do you think?
Well, I think the number would be the thing that would talk you to the Suns here. I mean, Charlotte, 5.5 right now. Just seems large in a game where there's meaning for both sides. A couple of things I found interesting, though, especially in the case of Phoenix. You just went through the standings. Phoenix, obviously, a little more secure in their spot than Charlotte is. Charlotte can continue to move up. That they went from 10 to 8 last night with their win and Orlando's loss. So Charlotte with an opportunity. Phoenix pretty much is going to be locked into 7 unless they collapse late. But I found this interesting in reading this morning. Suns did not use Jalen Green the last 16 plus minutes in Tuesday's game. Coach made a decision made by Coach Jordan not use Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, Devin Booker, trying to go smaller. Here's what Ott says. He says, no, he's not injured. Green's not injured. We just decided to go smaller. I don't know how much smaller you can go. Jalen Green's a guard or a swing. Play smaller and use some other guys in that stretch that he's normally in. So he took him out of the grouping, the rotational that Green is in, and just sat him for 16 minutes. Now, you could read into it two different ways. A, it could be a coach who knows they're locked into 7 and just looking at some smaller lineups in case he needs to use them in the play-in or the playoffs. Or you could look at it as, man, this guy wants to get Jalen Green on the bench a little more than on the floor. I don't know which, but I just find it funny that they would be. I don't know. I don't know that it's funny. It's not. It's because they're in that specific spot, 3 games ahead of the Clippers in that 7 spot, that he's able to do this evaluation process. Not sure that it'll make a difference tonight. I think what would make a difference is if Mark Williams plays. Mark Williams back to Charlotte for 1, and then a big presence at the rim for Phoenix 2. I think that would make a difference here. But I tell you what, it's hard for me, Ski, at this point in time to go all in against Charlotte. One more thing I found interesting about Charlotte. This is numbers wise. Charlotte's scoring margin this year is plus 4.7 points per game. So they're winning games by a little over 4.5, a little less than 5 on average. That scoring margin is better than Cleveland's, better than the Lakers, better than Houston's, and just 0.3 of a point worse than Denver's. And Charlotte's playing great ball. Not that we didn't know that already, but I think it's attributable to their defense plus their offense. Brandon Miller, quote, I think the heart is there. Our heart is showing every night. We're competing at the highest level against any team on any given night. Building wins for the city of Charlotte. I think we've been doing a great job with that. It's a team that's unified. It's a team that's playing well. The one thing that would scare me off of them is at 5.5 might be too much because Phoenix is still a really, really good team. And if they come focused, this could be a really tight one. And I could even see, if Phoenix comes focused, I could see Phoenix winning the game. So I don't have a great feel for it, but I just some of the stuff surrounding it, I think I need to watch a little bit here to see how these teams go down the last few games.
Yeah, I think I need some more time with this Suns and Hornets game. All right, we'll go to T-Wolves and Pistons. Opened up minus 5.5, down to 3.5. Total went up from 222 as high as 225. Injury report, you have Ant questionable, McDaniels out for Detroit. Sasser's questionable, no Cade, no Stewart. This is, man, Pistons been playing like every day. It's what, 6 game and 9 nights for them? It's a lot of basketball to be playing. For the Timberwolves, they did have a couple of days off before this game, and it is the front of a back-to-back. They play the 76ers tomorrow. Looking at this Pistons, I mean, damn, 6 game in 9 days? That is pretty taxing. Let me just glance at the standings. I know the Timberwolves are kind of in that 5th. They're actually the Rockets passed them up. So Timberwolves in a 6th spot. Doesn't really look like they're in danger of falling into the play-in, but still a chance to move up there. For the Pistons, they are 4 games ahead of Boston with 6 games left. Almost pretty sure to be locked in that first seed. You're missing a lot of scoring without both Cade and potentially Ant. Do you just look towards this game to go under? I mean, they are both more defensive teams first. How are you viewing this one, Veno?
We had this. Oops. No, I was on. I think we kind of had this same situation the other night with Detroit, right? They got bit down, and we capitalized on Detroit, or at least had the opinion that Detroit at 3.5 was a good play in that game. Here, you get the number coming down. Probably people think Ant's going to play. I can understand that. Minnesota's been pretty good as of late, 5-3. I kind of think the opposite way here. of what I thought the other night. I just don't know if I'm willing to bet against Detroit in any of these situations. We talked about it at length the other day. We talked about the same situation with San Antonio. Those two teams are very similar. Stepping in front of either one, could drop your account pretty quickly. So you have to be pretty sure of yourself here. Again, Minnesota, like you say, they're not in any danger of, leaving the top 6 here, but a climb, maybe a climb to 5 is something they have their eyes on. I'm not really sure. I just think Minnesota's been playing a little bit better as of late. And at some point, Detroit maybe has a close call. I didn't play it, Skee. I won't play it. I think my side lean is towards the Timberwolves. You mentioned the scheduling for Detroit. That's got to be considered a little bit here. And then you asked about the total. So let me just respond to that really quick. 222 up to 224 and a half. The game with Detroit that Detroit played the other night went far over the total. I think it was against Toronto, 127 to 116 or
Mhm.
something, 243. I feel like Toronto's just in a free fall at this point. Minnesota is not that. So I could understand a move maybe towards under here in this game. I won't play it, but I could certainly understand it.
I mean, I'll try to continue to make the case here, and I'm going to mark it on my short list here, under. But talking about that Pistons game versus the Raptors, I mean, they shot 56% from three. We got to expect some kind of regression from them, right? Um, Let me just glance at this Timberwolves team. I don't remember their last game. They played the Mavericks. They put up 124, won by 30. They shot 45% from three. I mean, I like to think there's some regression coming from both of these teams. I look at how they've been playing lately. I mean, Timberwolves have gone under 5 straight games. Timberwolves in those 5 games have the second worst offensive rating, the second best defensive rating, and pace wise, 18th. Pistons pace 21st the last 5 games, number 4 defensive rated team, 18th offensive rated team. I don't know, Vino. I mean, I feel like I made a lot of sense for Boston and Miami yesterday. 1+1 doesn't always equal 2, but if 1+1 equals 2, this one should stay under. One more thing, a couple more numbers. Points per game. Timberwolves last 5 games averaging 105.4 and allowing 102.2. That's about 207 and a half. Pistons allowing 111, scoring 120.8. I mean, you put those two together, I'm pretty sure you still end up under 224 and a half. 1+1 equals 2. This game stays under, Vino.
Listen, if I'm in a court of law and you're the opposing attorney, I'm a little nervous right now. Um, to the Minnesota numbers, really quick. Offensively, I would somewhat justify that low number due to the fact that Edwards hasn't played in a few of those. But defensively, I think you said they've given up 102 point something. And I feel like Minnesota's always capable of that. Like when they're in these ruts, and it's been almost a full season for them where they're just giving up massive amounts of points. I think we always question, how could Minnesota be that bad defensively? Really, they're not on paper. When they put their minds to it, you get the kind of number you just gave us there, 102 point whatever it was per game. That's the kind of defense they can be. So they may be in one of those stretches, Skee, where their focus is on defense.
Yeah.
Maybe not saying it as loud as Eric Spoelstra was saying it before he gave up 53 in the first quarter, but Minnesota's got that capability to stop teams from scoring. That's for sure.
This is a good point. Ant only played in one of the last 5 games, so offense will be better if he's rolled in today. Good point. And Justin, I can't do it right this second just because it'll take me too long to type it in the database and I don't want to hold up the show. But I will look it up and I'll get back to you. I know where to find you. All right. Lakers and Thunder. This one opened up -8.5. Looks like 9. Total open 225. As high as 232 and a half. Injuries. Marcus Smart is out. Caruso is questionable. Situational. Let's get over there. Third game and 4 for the Lakers. Meanwhile, the Thunder and the Lakers did have, a day rest before this game. Thunder, though, do have the rest advantage, 2 days off before this one, and this is their fourth straight home game. And this is the first road game after 3 straight home games for the Lakers. Interesting. Um, Thunder, I feel like have started to get back into a rhythm, playing better basketball, but the Lakers been playing good too. I mean, expecting the Lakers to lose by 10 points the way that they've been playing lately, that seems like a stretch, man. I don't know. I guess I would prefer the Lakers side here. I'm not quite sure what to do with the total. Any thoughts from you on Lakers Thunder, Vino?
Yeah, I looked at that total 225 all the way to 232, and in one stray spot, 232 and a half. Um, and I wonder why the 7 point increase in the total. And I do wonder if this isn't going to become the game within the game, right? The last couple of days, all we hear about is this MVP talk. Luca put himself right in the running with the month of March that he had. You got Wemby over there at San Antonio, just going crazy every single night. And of course, SGA trying to win it as well. And you just wonder if this doesn't turn into the SGA versus Luca offensive battle in this particular game. And maybe that's why people are betting this thing up and over the number. 225 might have been a little bit too low to begin with anyway. The guys that you said are out here, Marcus Smart, Alex Caruso, or at least questionable, those are probably the two guys that go after loose balls more than anybody on either one of these teams. So you're taking some defense away. And I would say this about the Lakers. I think the Lakers are the right side if, in fact, they don't turn it over. OKC goes on their runs by forcing turnovers, not necessarily because they're this great jump shooting team from the perimeter, but they will put a couple steals, transition buckets together, or surrounded by a couple of threes. Maybe Lou Dort shows up and makes one, and next thing you know, they're on that run. LA's ball protection is pretty good. So I don't know that OKC can get on a huge run against this team to knock them out and win by 10 plus. Oklahoma City obviously is more than capable. Don't get me wrong. But again, if they're up 12, 35 seconds left, you think the Lakers can backdoor them? Of course they can. There's more than enough guys who can shoot a three. Luca or Austin Reeves for starters. So I don't know. I think the way the Lakers are playing, I would look towards the plus 9.5. I do think that OKC's knockout punch always scares me, especially at home when motivated. I think both sides are motivated here. I don't know what to do with this game. I would have played it over at the beginning price. I probably would have played it over all the way up to 227.5, 228. But here where it's priced now, maybe it's out of my range.
Fair. I think some good points there. I'm not sure what to do with this one either. I think I just need a little bit more time. Cavs and Warriors, right around the opener for both side and total. Tyson out, Dean Wade out for the Cavs. Steph and Horford out for the Warriors. Santos, Post, Porzingis, Payton, Milton, all questionable. There's a second of a back-to-back for the Warriors. Third and fourth for the Cavs, but they do have the rest advantage. Cavaliers off of a loss as well. I would like to think that they bring a really good effort here, and I think that they can win this game by margin, but something about it just, I don't know. I can't really get there and push the button. I have a hard time with Warriors games lately. I just don't know how much they care, how much they're trying. Now it's a back-to-back. I don't know, Vino. What do you think about this game?
My recent opinion on Cleveland Skee is that if I'm going to get involved with them,
Team total.
it's got to be from a totals perspective or team total, right? I mean, we talked a little bit about it the other day. James Harden has slowed them down a little bit, but they're still efficient. And if this is the way it works out, and this is the way it worked out last night, because they're both on back to backs, if Post, Porzingis, and Horford, all three don't play like they didn't play last night, then Mobley and Allen have to go crazy on the interior. I mean, it's just no other way about it. They should get easy points. I don't know, because Golden State is so secure in their spot. Like, they're locked in. They're a play-in team. They're going to be on the road. Maybe Kerr is resting these guys on purpose. There's no reason to play them because they can't move up or go down. So if you don't have any of those three bigs in this game, which, like I say, last night they didn't, could be a Detroit situation where, they didn't play Duran and Harris in game one of a back to back, but they did bring them back in game two. But we knew immediately that Duran and Harris were going to play. Here, Steve Kerr drags us along as usual. I think Cleveland team total is a good way to go here. Golden State hasn't played a lot of defense as of late. So 119 to me seems really approachable for the Cavs. I'd look that way. And if these three centers don't go, it should be fairly easy.
All right. I agree. Chat likes to look on the team total. Let's see. Oh, it was something. My bad. I just lost my. Oh, here we go. So what I was going to say is, yes, I agree with the thought that if you're back in the Cavs, you don't really want to trust it. I mean, I always say, if you can't trust them to get stops, how can you trust them to win by margin? 25th defensive rated team last 5 games. So I do agree that the team total is probably the better way to look. Probably, I'll write that down on my list as well. Cavs team total. All right, next game, Pelicans and Blazers opened up -7.5. It's down to 6.5. Total open 228 and it's up to 233. Injury report. You have Matkovic questionable, Trey Murphy questionable. For Portland, you have Grant out, Krejci out, Sharp out. My first thought here is Pelicans are off of an ass whooping, and I think Pelicans have rest advantage. Yeah, Pelicans had 2 days off before this game, off an ass whooping. They do play again tomorrow versus the Kings, but I mean, it's not like they have to look forward to anything. I think you'll get a good effort from them tonight after that bad game last time out. For the Blazers, they're coming off what? They won 4 of their last 5 games. They put up, well, no, they won 4 of their last 5 games. So playing some solid basketball, and they have won by margin in all of those wins. When I'm looking at the competition, though, the one versus the Clippers recently, I guess I can give them that. But Wizards, Mavericks, Bucks, Nets, not that the Pelicans are world beaters, but I like to think that they can keep this one respectable, Veno. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, back up that garbage truck for that list of teams that you just rattled off. And then Portland, to their credit, stopped those teams from scoring. Brooklyn only got 99. Milwaukee only got 99. Dallas only got 100. Washington only got 88. And Clippers 104. So for Portland, it's really been good on the defensive side leading to these covers. 6.5 to me seemed like a strong number. I know that mid-season, at least prior to All-Star break, there was a pretty heavy trend on Portland home games. Good as a home dog, not good as a home favorite. Here they're a home favorite of 6.5 against a team that when they're healthy, DeJounte Murray's back here in this lineup, that when they've been somewhat healthy. And if Trey Murphy does go, Trey Murphy's missed like 3 in a row, I think. But if Trey Murphy is able to go here tonight, New Orleans has tried to win games at times, so or at least played them close. Numbers seems big to me. I'd almost, and again, this doesn't come from me a lot, but the way Portland's playing defense, under almost seems like it could be doable here. 233 is large, and what the odds maker is telling us to get over that, it's got to be 120 to 113 is a Portland cover and a push. So 120 to 114 could be a lot here. I don't know. I don't like it enough to play it, but I could understand the way Portland's playing defense right now, locking teams down to under 100. I don't care who it is. If you're locking them down to under 100, that's playing good defense. So maybe a little lean toward the under and a little lean toward New Orleans plus the points.
My bad, chat. Some people say Pelicans, some people say Blazers. So a little bit all over the place here. I would prefer that Pelly side. There was a question here. Michael asked, did I give out a client play yesterday? Yeah, I mean, I gave it out the Boston game under. He says he didn't receive one. I mean, I wish it didn't go out. If I could take it back, I would. I would love that. So, but so if you didn't get it, you should just be happy, Michael. But hopefully we can do better today. Spurs and Clippers looks like the last game. Open -3.5, and hasn't moved. Total right around the opener as well. For the Spurs, Luke Cornett is probable. For the Clippers, Isaiah Jackson is out. Let's get to situational. So for the Spurs, it is a second of a back-to-back. They played the Warriors yesterday. Third game in 4, 4 to 6 as well. For the Clippers, they do have the rest advantage. They're coming off that loss versus the Pelicans, so a chance for them to bounce back. Let me just glance at the standings for the Clippers. Where are they at? Clippers, because this is probably a much more important game for them than the Spurs. Yeah, Clippers are in that 8th spot, half a game in front of the Blazers, 3 games behind the Suns. So it doesn't look like they're going to get out of the play-in. They're not in danger of falling out. I'm sorry. They're not. It doesn't look like they're going to get out of the play-in as far as like the regular playoffs, and it doesn't look like they're going to fall to the 11th. But they can still, get home court advantage, move up to the 7th, or move down. So it is an important game for them, more than it is for the Spurs. Man, Spurs. You know, the last 2 games for the Spurs, I feel like somebody must have said something like they're trying not to cover those games at the end. It's always the last second of the game. The other team is coming. Like, I don't know. The starter's not. I don't know, Vino. That's how I'm feeling. This is a point spread where, you kind of really got to win the game. It's hard to go in front of the Spurs. But tell me this. Spurs have been playing some of the best basketball for over, a month, 2 months. And it's just 3.5 here. They just blew everybody out by double digits in the past 5 games. And it's 3.5. What do you think about this, Vino?
Yeah, I'm probably going to stick to the over in this game for a couple of reasons. San Antonio, and again, when you go back through the game logs, it's not the best competition. It's not the elite of the elite. But 14 of their last 17 games, they've scored 119 or more. That offense is just like a machine. And since they've put their mind toward, it seems like they put their mind toward getting Wembanyama some MVP votes. He's been going crazy. We know that LA is playing up tempo and that we're going to get plenty of chances to score here. I think San Antonio can score on anybody at this point in time. They're so deep, so many weapons. It just doesn't stop after 1 or 2 players. It's not just Wembanyama and Castle. It's that whole group, 1 through 9, 1 through 10. Everybody can score. The other side of the coin, you need LA to score here too. They get San Antonio on a back-to-back. They're a little bit rested. Like I say, they played faster, and I would expect a bounce back. They only scored 104 against Portland the other night with Garland in the game and with their lineup, actually. So, you played kind of what I would call reverse bounce back, and I would look at that too when you were talking about regression from the 2 teams that shot crazy 3-point percentages last night, and pointing toward under. I'll say that Clippers just didn't shoot it well the other night, probably shoot it better here. San Antonio, what they had like 25 points in the first 4 minutes last night. It was crazy how quick they got out of the blocks. I think this one gets over, Skee. The Spurs, for what it's worth, against the bad competition, last 3 games, 113 to Indiana, 113 to Milwaukee, 114 to Portland, who is a play-in team. I feel like the Clippers can get to 114 here. If they do, 118, 114 gets me over. That's kind of right on the spread as well. I think this number is probably in a spot where we can attack it and play over.
I think you made some good points on that. And a lot of people talking about the Spurs first half. Yeah, you can avoid when Wemby comes out the game and they just trick it off. Could be a good way to get involved there. That is the NBA card for today. So let's go do a little bit of that promo that we usually do, Vino. Buy 3, get 3 free. That's still available. 6 days come out to just $69. A good way to be involved for, just shy of a week. If you would like longer term, You can do the all in for the year ultimate all access pass. Comes out to under $4 per day. And if you were to, for example, go get Rob Veno for a year, you'll receive a 25% bonus coupon. You can come check out anything that I have going. And last but not least, NBA playoffs plus the rest of the regular season free. It comes out to just under $200, 199 there. And NBA is going until mid-June. So you still have about 2.5 months left of action left. I mean, this is a really good way to get involved. Vino, I'm going to pass it back to you. Ask you if there's anything else you would like to promote. And if you have a best bet, we'd love to hear it. If you don't, it's all good.
Yeah, I'll just add on to that last package you showed, Ski, one more time, all the way through the playoffs, through the NBA finals, and say that you can subscribe and get both of us in that package. There's going to be days like if you had that package right now, you went 3-1 yesterday. There's going to be days where Ski carries me. There's going to be days when I carry him. There's going to be days when we're both hot and you're just raking it in. So for 50 extra bucks, that's probably the best way to go. I think the office is putting that up for 249, but you can check into that. But it is available. Both of us combined all the way through the NBA playoffs. Yeah, let me get to the board here, Ski. And I did make a couple of plays today. The one I like the best, I guess, is the Cleveland team total over 119. Golden State has shown no interest to play D. Golden State is so small. They could be even smaller tonight. We don't know that for sure. But even if only one of the three centers plays, it's Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. There should be easy points at the bucket here. So for me, I trust Cleveland to score. Like you always say, we can't trust them to get stops, so we can't trust them to lay 10. But I think getting to 120 for them should happen tonight. So best bet for the show, Cleveland team total over 119.
I like it. And a reminder for anybody out there, I mean, if you're new, you won't know. But the last 3 years in the playoffs, I am plus 145 units. So it is where I usually do my best work. I know I said that yesterday, but I didn't put any numbers to it. So yeah, playoffs coming up. Vino and myself, both good ways to go. Like you said, if you can get both of us, I think that's the best way to do it. My best bet, I haven't pushed the button yet, so I don't like giving one. But what I will say is just reiterate, if 1 plus 1 equals 2, Minnesota and Detroit is going under 225 tonight. I would like Anthony Edwards to be out of the game if I'm getting involved, obviously. So I will wait a little bit, check the injury report. If he gets ruled in, I'll make a decision. The line will obviously go up. If he gets ruled out, I will probably be like already at the window by the time as soon as I see the alert, I'm running to the window. So I'll give that to you guys, and I'll continue to make decisions throughout the day. Appreciate you taking the time to cap these games with me. Helps my process. I'm sure it helps everybody else out there as well. Chat, we appreciate you guys bringing a good energy, bringing that insight that you guys have, and all of us are trying to help each other get to the window. So I always appreciate you guys and the good vibes that you bring. Tomorrow will be the last show of the week. So best of luck, everybody, on all of your action, and we will catch you all then.